among those who have attained supernatural power. So, sometime he went to the celestial realm, he met with the celestial beings, and he asked, what is the karma that makes you reborn here? And why you have a lot of followers? And what is your karma? Asking, taking the answer, Venerable Mahamoggallana came down the human realm. He expounded, he shared the Dharma with human beings. So in this way, human beings came to know about karma and its result. Sometime the Venerable Mahamoggallana went to the hell and then so make known karma and its result, why they are suffering there. So came back to human realm and then expounded this profound Dharma to the lay people. So Mahamoggallana, Venerable Mahamoggallana, was well known. But for about Venerable Sariputra, not that many knew because of his great wisdom. Not many knew about. So Buddha praised the Venerable Sariputra. Venerable Sariputra is the one who can discern Citta and Cetasika, consciousness and associative mental factors one by one. So commentary explain, not because Venerable Sariputra had very sharp wisdom, he could discern consciousness and associated mental factors one by one. Just because he could discern base and object, that's why he could discern mentality one by one. Why could he discern? Because he could discern base and object. If I say base and object, do you understand? You don't understand, right? Or you are there. Okay. Base me. Now, you see me, you all see me because of eye sensitivity. So, eye sensitivity is the sensitivity to which visible object can impinge on which the visible object can impinge. So, because of ear sensitivity, we hear the sound. Sound can impinge on the ear sensitivity. Visible object can impinge on eye sensitivity. Eye sensitivity is base. Visible object is the object. Okay? Sound is the object. Ear sensitivity is the base. If you can discern these two together, you can discern the mentality. It is not explained in that sutta, Anuvada Sutta. It is explained in the commentary. We teach in this way to meditators. Meditators realize the Dharma as they really are. They can discern Citta and Cetasika, consciousness and associative mental factors one by one. Why can we teach? Because of commentary. Commentators are those who know how to practice. Their explanations are really very great. Now we can teach not because of the Buddha, but because of the commentators. Because in the Pali Canon, Buddha didn't explain detail. Because in times of the Buddha, those who practice under the guidance of the Buddha are those who have full faith Bharami along with the Bodhisattva. They have practiced under the guidance of Bodhisattva in many existences. Buddha didn't need to explain very much, very detailed. Okay? Another. The answer is not yet complete. Okay? So another thing is Abhidhamma. Those who don't accept Abhidhamma are very unfortunate. They are unfortunate being among the Buddhists. Very, very bad. For us, because of Abhidhamma, we partially understand that Buddha is omniscient. Okay? No one can teach this Abhidhamma. Very deep and profound. So it didn't explain about a person. It explained about universal truth, which is true all the time. It is not related to just humans. It is related to living things and non-living things. It talks about ultimate truth. It is explained only in the Abhidhamma. Another thing. So, after Buddha enlightened as a Buddha in a certain rain retreat, Buddha didn't spend vasa in the human realm. Buddha went to the celestial realm. Buddha expounded the Abhidhamma. Buddha chose to teach in the celestial realm. What is the reason? Buddha never taught Abhidhamma directly in the human realm. This is true. Why? The Abhidhamma needs to be explained continuously, non-stop. It needs 3 months' time. So, the celestial beings, their lifespan is very long. So, one realm in celestial realm, one of the celestial realm, 50 years in celestial realm is, 1 day in celestial realm is equal to 50 years in human realm. The lifespan of another celestial realm, 100 years in human realm is 1 day in celestial realm. So 3 months. Is it long? For them, can sit. For human, if he teach for 3 months, Dharma speaker also will die. You all will die too. Okay? Now also, today only 2 hours. If I give more than this, you all will complain me. Okay? Cannot. But Buddha is perfect, not only in his capability, but also in his accompany too. So every day, as Buddha is not a celestial being, he need to take his meal every day. So every day, he came down to human realm again. Okay? So Venerable Sariputra every day went to meet and went to take care. And so from the worldly point of view, he became an attendant of the Buddha at that time. Every day, Buddha came down, creating the Buddha. Buddha create another Buddha in celestial realm, continuously giving Dhamma talk. Okay? Continuously explaining Abhidhamma there, but because of his supernatural power, he came down to human realm. And then he expounded Abhidhamma to the Venerable Sariputra, not brief, not detailed, middle. Okay? Briefly explained by the Buddha. And then Venerable Sariputra taught his 500 disciples, those who will be abeds. Okay? So, in one of the existence, so 500 beds, they are living in the cave. So, one bhikkhu is chanting Abhidhamma. So, those beds, they very appreciate. Because of this karma, they are those who could get the opportunity to hear the Abhidhamma in the human realm with the care of Venerable Sariputra. When the Venerable Sariputra explained, not very detailed, but in detail, a little bit detail, so he can explore what he had learned from the Buddha because of his sharp wisdom. Okay? So, to be able to attain the first insight knowledge. What is the first insight knowledge? The knowledge of discerning ultimate mentality and materiality. This is the first insight knowledge. Ultimate materiality. How many Buddha taught? Altogether, 28. It was taught not in the Suttana, only in the Abhidhamma. Those who reject Abhidhamma, they destroy for the attainment of the first insight knowledge. Also, mentality, ultimate mentality. So, for about their consciousness and associated consciousness, all these are explained in the Abhidhamma. So those who don't accept the Abhidhamma, they lost all these opportunities. Even for the attainment of the first insight knowledge has been destroyed by those who condemn, who say, please don't accept Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma is not the teachings of the Buddha. They are those who are teaching Dhamma as Adhamma. So they will destroy the teachings of the Buddha. So they destroy the possibility, the attainment of the possible attainment of individual. Okay, another, not yet finished. So please read the teachings of the Buddha, what you call Pali Canon, directly. English translation or whatever, you can read. Or if you like Chinese, also you can read in Chinese. After that, please study Abhidhamma thoroughly. After that, please go and read the same sutta again. Your understanding will be improved at that time. Why? Abhidhamma guides you how to understand properly. Okay? Sometimes we are asked the question what we have never experienced in our life. The question that what we have never learned in our life. We are not afraid. Why? If I give an answer within the boundary of Abhidhamma, there is nothing which is wrong. Abhidhamma tells universal truth. Because of Abhidhamma, we came to know that Buddha is omniscient. Okay, Westerners, they don't accept Abhidhamma. Many Westerners, they don't accept commentary. So, I will not force you to accept. But, if you don't accept, you will be very unfortunate being. Okay? Okay, good.
Evening, Bhante. So in the Sutta Satipatthana, you talk about the four foundations of mindfulness. So isn't it true that we should have this foundation first before we understand Abhidhamma better? Or because you talk about body, which you relate in the body contemplation, feelings, mental states, or mind state. So can you help us to link this training, teaching, and Abhidhamma, or by learning Abhidhamma, we fulfill all the four Satipatthanas?
If you have time, you can learn Abhidhamma before you practice. But what I want to share with all of you, Since I did provocation work, now already over 16 years, I've been teaching local people and foreigners. Mostly those who could practice meditation well are those who ordain when they become adults. They renounced the world because of sense of urgency. They have life experiences. They see the fault and the danger of what they have done. That's why not like many ordained persons, those who ordain since they were young, many, they have no life experiences. Sometimes even they are longing for what lay people are doing. Okay? For that reason, many of those, what I have taught, meditation practice, they have no any Abhidhamma knowledge. They have no Pali knowledge.